Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome back to the second episode of my newest TEW 2016 series. And of course, we are in charge of TCW, Total Championship Wrestling. Now, obviously, our first show, you can tell by the title of the video, we are going to present Total Wrestling, and I think it's a pretty good show, I'm not going to lie. Now, before we start the episode properly and get into things, if you could drop a like on the video, it'd be very much appreciated. If you could subscribe as well, again, much appreciated. Getting really close to 1k subs, and obviously there's going to be a lot more TEW content coming out in the future. So yeah, with that said, let's get straight into the episode. And we've got a couple of pre-show matches here. The first was a 4-on-4 match, big 8-man tag. We had Brian Vesey, American Buffalo, Mark Speed, and Troy Tornado defeating Elliot Thomas, Benny Benson, Danny Fonzarelli, and Dazzling Dave Diamond in just over 10 minutes, when Brian Vesey did defeat Elliot Thomas by pinfall with a Super Vesey Plex. And Elliot Thomas, I think, is an enhancement talent at the moment. He was obviously the weak link. And apparently Brian Vesey has sustained a broken jaw. So that's our first ever match, and we've already got an injury. That's brilliant. And it's also to one of our main eventers as well, being Brian Vesey. 68 C+ for that match. Not too bad. Probably could have made it on the actual show tonight. But yeah, didn't really have anything for all these guys. A little bit disappointing not to have Vesey and Speed on the actual show. But we were a little bit limited for time. None of the new signings have come in either. So that means we're going to sign another 7 people that are probably going to come in. And yeah, I don't know. We might let a few people go that I'm not really planning on using too much. We'll just have to wait and see. Like these two guys here, Benny Benson and Danny Fonzarelli, I don't really have any plans for them. I don't even really want to keep them around as jobbers, to be honest. They're currently upper mid-carders. And some of you guys, let me know in the comments if you think I should actually keep them around. There's also a possibility of making them a tag team. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Anyway, we'll go into our second pre-show match. 73 B-. We, of course, have the world champion Aaron Andrews defeating Mighty Mo in 9:51 by pinfall with a flying body press. And only a 70 in-ring performance from Andrews there. Probably a little bit low, considering he's the world champion. Anyway, let's start the TV show. Now, we start the show off with an 83 B+ rated angle. We have Aaron Andrews cutting a promo. Basically, a show opening where Andrews is, going back and forth. Well, he's not going back and forth. He's just talking a lot of trash about Rocky Golden and how he's taken his World Heavyweight title. Didn't even have to pin him because he lost it in a Fatal 4-Way match. And then Rocky Golden appears, on the stage, on the entrance ramp. Doesn't say anything, but obviously he's the babyface, the ace of the company, and obviously the fans pop when they hear his music. Really good start there, actually. I wasn't really expecting a B+, but happy with that. Now we go into our first match. Only gets a 48 D+, but again, I sort of expected this. We have the Behemoths, of course, Killer Shark and Titan, and they're taking on 2 local talents that have been hired on a one-night contract. And yeah, it's Joji and Lucas Danger. Yeah, I would say they're probably pretty well known if you've ever done a local to global series or something like that. They're often, hired because they're decent workers and pretty low in terms of their wages. Now, in About That Had Terrible Wrestling, non-existent crowd heat, we had the Behemoths beating Joji and Lucas Danger in 5:42 when Killer Shark defeated Joji by pinfall with a big bite. And then, obviously, Titan apparently was head and shoulders above everybody else, and Lucas Danger being the weak link. Pretty good ratings there. 52 for Titan, 42 for Killer Shark. And we've got a couple of worker improvements there as well. Titan improving in technical and performance skills, and then we also had Killer Shark improving in performance skills as well. And apparently Lucas Danger was wasted on drugs. I thought that might happen. I looked at his personal tab, and it didn't say that. But there we go. I'm pretty sure in some saves he actually dies really young, which is pretty sad. But anyway, we then move into a Behemoth promo backstage. As soon as they go back behind the curtain, they're cutting a promo to the camera. Gets a 68C+, obviously judged both on Menace. We have actually created a storyline for these guys, and it's obviously called Behemoth's Rising. They're both lower mid-carders at the start of the game, and I put that up to mid-card straight away, purely for the fact that I want to try and get them over as quickly as possible. We then go into our second match of the night, 73B-. It's a little bit better than I thought it would, and I'm pretty happy with that. In a decent match, Freddie Huggins defeated Daryl Devine in 9:57 by pinfall with a Huggins kiss. And then, of course, his sister, Laura Catherine Huggins, is his manager, and she did good work at ringside. And they both got a pretty similar rating there, which is much lower than the actual rating of the match. So that's a good thing to see. And again, a couple of work improvements. Devine in performance, and then Huggins in technical and performance as well. We then go into another storyline promo. This one is Sammy Back hyping up his upcoming match against Brian Vesey, which will obviously be taking place at Malice in Wonderland. Gets an 82B, and we'll also get that pre-booked in here. Obviously, just going to be a simple one-on-one. Obviously, we'll have to change things around depending on how long this injury is for Brian Vesey, but yeah, it'll either be at this event or it'll be at the next event. Alright, so that's booked in. Like I said, subject to change, of course. Moving on. Wow, that's a really good rating. 77B for a 3 versus 3 6-man tag. In a decent match, Ricky Dale Johnson and the New Wave defeated Jeremy Courtney and the Elite in 9:58 when RDJ defeated Eddie Chandler by pinfall with a leaping lariat. And that's a solid match. Apparently Nate Johnson's not suited to his gimmick, but the match ratings from Scout and Guide are really good. 80 for Scout and 72 for Guide. RDJ a little bit lower there. And a hell of a lot of worker improvements there as well. Scout improving in Rumble, flying, and performance, despite being 37 years old. Anyway, the next promo is just a celebration of the 3 babyface workers, obviously RDJ and the New Wave, getting a 79B for an overness angle. Worth noting that RDJ, I think, has 84B plus popularity in all of America, so yeah, it's pretty decent. Now, the next match was a little bit lower than the reverse match fixture. A 65C for the other members of the respective tag teams, Chance Fortune and Ed Stone. A little bit lower, and apparently it's because of Chance Fortune, but yeah. In a decent match, Chance Fortune does defeat Ed Stone in 10-11 by pinfall with a stroke of luck. And yeah, not a great match. Not a great match. And of course, these two tag teams are going to be involved in the new storyline I created, which is which team is number 1 contenders. Obviously, we want to build up the Behemoths, so we're going to have these two teams feuded out, especially for the first month, and then we'll sort of reassess things going into February and February's event. So yeah, 71C plus for the angle, and we're going to get that pre-booked in now as well for Malice in Wonderland. Already getting 2 matches booked in straight away. Divine Fortune versus the Canadian Animals. Face versus heel. Auto-name that. And there we go. So another angle, and apparently Chance Fortune is developing better performance skills, which is good to see on the microphone. Okay, so the next match we have a 69C+, singles match. In a decent match, J Cord defeated Matt Hocking in 8 minutes and 2 seconds by pinfall after using a foreign object. Yeah, basically J Cord, the young cocky heel, uses a steel chair, beats Matt Hocking, who, is a fairly, newcomer to the TCW scene. He's only an opener, so not really that respected, but still, held his own, definitely in this match. 67 in-ring performance for Jay Cord and a 50, surprisingly, for Matt Hocking. And again, we get quite a few worker improvements there. Good to see Hocking improving in both Rumble and Technical. We then have a promo from Jay Cord, which gets a 62C, and he basically is hyping the long-standing feud between himself and Mighty Mo, two of the most promising youngsters in TCW. And obviously Jay Cord just talks a lot of trash about Mighty Mo, saying that, he can't lace his boots. His father was one of the best wrestlers in the world. And who is Mighty Mo? Just another graduate from the TCW Academy. No worker improvements there. Probably could have been a bit of a better promo, but again, these two guys aren't really that over at the moment. We then go into another promo. This is a backstage promo, which gets a 91A, and it is between the tag team for tonight's main event. The face team, Rocky Golden and Joshua Taylor. And they're basically just talking to each other backstage, psyching each other up a bit, and, sort of going over the game plan for tonight's match. Apparently Joshua Taylor is very stale and he underperformed. However, he's also learning to show more charisma, which is good. And the main event gets a 90A. That is the perfect rating for your first ever show. Wow. In a bout that had superb wrestling and great heat, Rocky Golden and Joshua Taylor defeated Eddie Peake and Wolf Hawkins in 20 minutes and 1 second when Eddie Peake was disqualified when Aaron Andrews ran in and attacked Rocky Golden. And then we also had Wolf Hawkins carrying the match in terms of in-ring performance. Understandable. Apparently Joshua Taylor was the weak link. But, it is what it is. There's no real weak links in a 90A. So basically the gist behind this match, obviously Aaron Andrews came out at the start of the show talking a lot of trash about Rocky. He then put himself into color commentary, became the third man in the booth for this match. And obviously Rocky Golden was, he was focusing on the match, but he was also, keeping an eye on Aaron Andrews just off to the side in the announce booth. And yeah, as you'd expect, Aaron Andrews runs in, attacks Rocky Golden, lays him out, and obviously the other team of Eddie Peake and Wolf Hawkins do get disqualified. Now, this is obviously going to improve both storylines because Wolf Hawkins is in a feud with Joshua Taylor. Wolf Hawkins getting a 98 in-ring performance. Incredible. Rocky with an 84. Eddie Peake with an 82, which is pretty solid. He's a good worker, Eddie Peake. I might even make him a face. I feel like he could be another strong face. We've got a lot of decent heels coming, especially coming through. And obviously the new signings we're making, majority of them are actually heels as well. But apparently Eddie Peake and Wolf Hawkins have excellent chemistry as a tag team. So maybe that could be something we look to in the future. Obviously at the announce desk, Aaron Andrews was pretty weak. So I'm sure that probably affected the storyline a little bit. Not the storyline, the match rating a little bit. In terms of worker improvements, Joshua Taylor, Eddie Peake, both improved in performance skills, and Rocky improved in technical. So yeah, that's a good way to finish your first show. The overall rating of the show gets a 78B. However, we do have penalties due to the production values. Of course, we have a lot worse production values compared to the mighty US Pro and SWF. So it is what it is. Anyway, the show does increase popularity in 7 regions. I assume that is every region in Canada because we're already at 78B in the United States. So yeah, I'm really happy with that first episode. I think that was pretty good. Apparently, Killer Shark is pissed off, as is Titan and Joji, who's not even a wrestler for our company, about Lucas being wasted on drugs. So we get our drug testing fees were $4,000. However, we still managed to put a wrestler high on drugs in a match. That's beautiful. The TV rating, wow, gets a 6.44. I think that's really good. So I'm pretty happy with that, yeah. Let's have a quick look at Vesi's injury. He's working through the broken jaw. Like I said, hopefully he will be fit for that match coming up. And we've got a couple of contracts here to accept. Greg Gage, Cameron Jones. Now, can the Dynamite Express be Fate? Yes, they can. Alright. Can Sid? No. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Unfortunately, they're both going to have to be faces for now because I want another face tag team. So we'll complete that. And unfortunately, I'm going to make you a face as well. Good stuff. Really hope I can get all these guys in. I think that would really, set us up for the future. Now, in terms of other people, we're going to get rid of a few people. Jasmine Saunders, Warlord Payne, Charles Hapstander. They're all going to be released. We're going to just pay their contracts out. Warlord Payne and Jasmine Saunders, both negative influences backstage. And Charles Hapstander is a very, very average referee that I don't want to use. So yeah, those three are going to be released. We may as well do it now, I guess. We can do it on camera. Actually, let's not. Let's wrap this episode up. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you could drop a like I mentioned at the start of the episode, I would appreciate it immensely. And subscribe as well. Hit the notification bell, and that should keep you up to date with these episodes. And I look forward to seeing you in episode 3 for another TV taping. Thank you, guys.